Testing. We have sound. Let's get this going. What is up, everybody? It's your boy Nick. I could not be more happier to be back on my platform for another round of my Big Brother recap. Let me set the last recap show. You could probably guess why I was gone. Or if you don't know why I've been gone, just hold tight because there will be a video. There will be a video coming soon as to why I've been gone for so long. So, I'm very happy to be back. While I was gone, I was still watching Big Brother, so I was able to catch up on some stuff, but I have not covered yet. You're probably already wondering why my thumbnail looks the way it is. Well, because I got some unfortunate news from last night.
By a vote of 5-1, Sarah Beth, you are evicted from the Big Brother house.
Yeah, that was my final 2 pick, who Julie just announced. Not very happy. But we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna go through everything. So let's just dive right in. Oh. Sorry, if you see me pausing for a sec, it's because my connection was unstable. So I don't want to start rambling and then you all miss some important parts. So, all right, let's check out the spoiler board. Okay, first off, I got Brittany and I got Derek X on the board because guess what? They both were evicted the last 2 weeks. Brittany was evicted 2 weeks ago, and last week we sent Derek X to the jury house. Now, Brittany was sent because of, and I apologize for the language if I let any language slip out of my mouth, but of cocky dumbass Kyland sent Brittany to jury for no apparent reason at all. Obviously we know because of the cookout. So, but just Kyland, what was your beef with Brittany? Seriously, she played her heart out. I felt bad for her, to be honest. So, and then we have my good girl, Sarah Beth, right here, my final 2 pick. She was responsible for Derek X's eviction last week. After last week, I figured out that Derek right now is the fan favorite and is probably the top contender for America's favorite house guest. That is going to be a special prize given out on the Big Brother finale, which, believe it or not, we're already in September, which means finale night is approaching very quickly. And it's going to come even quicker because there are some big events coming up soon in Big Brother. So, and I will get to everything. I'm going to tell you everything. So, and there's actually more to the story for Derek X's eviction. So we're going to talk about that later too. But let's take a look. This is our jury board right here. I'm trying to turn my computer a little bit. There we go. There we go. So here is we're about to start filling our jury seats. Juror number 1 is Brittany. And juror number 2, you can't see his face because I always have issues with Derek's face. I'm sorry. But Derek X sitting juror number 2. So, also before my 2-week break, I mentioned about the new twist, the High Rollers room. I put club, but same thing. Okay, so 2 weeks ago, the High Rollers room was unleashed in the Big Brother house. And the first twist was called the Veto Derby. House guests who won the Veto Derby had the power to bet on which players would win in the veto competition. So after the veto players were picked, then the people who got to play the Veto Derby would place their bets as to who they think would win the veto. So, Alyssa won the power of veto that week. She won the veto competition, and Kyland placed his bet for Alyssa to win. So, not only did Alyssa, sorry, do I have it here? Oh, yep, here we go. So not only did Alyssa win a veto, but there were 2 vetoes up for grabs, and Kylan got the second veto because he placed his bet on Alyssa. So, just gonna put this little bad boy on. Okay. Now, last week, the second twist was unleashed called the chopping block roulette. The house guest that won the chopping block roulette, there was only going to be one person who won this one. That person would be safe from eviction, and they can also remove one person from the chopping block. And a roulette wheel would determine the replacement nominee by random draw. So, Alyssa was the only person who competed in this competition and obviously won because she was the only one. And that's the thing about Alyssa. Let me tell you something. Alyssa's getting pretty cocky too because she's been talking about bragging, winning all these competitions. Well, guess what? The competitions have been handed to you, Alyssa. So don't get cocky. And besides, your time is going to be coming too because of the cookout. You won't have the numbers against the cookout. Okay. Sorry. I might be venting quite a bit in this episode, so just bear with me. Anyway, so she won. She chose to save Derek X. Sorry, not Derek X. Derek Frazier. But the wheel had other plans. The wheel actually put Xavier on the chopping block. Oops. Alyssa was devastated. Because if you don't know, Alyssa and Xavier are in cahoots. So she felt really bad. All right, let me try to get some. Let me turn off this light. Yeah. There, that should be good. Okay, so now let's get to this week. This week, I finally got back into the game and was up to date. So let's see. This week's head of household is Tiffany. See, I've already had it. These people are getting cocky this season. They think they have this game in the bag, and guess what? There's still like 3 weeks left of this game. Anything can happen. Tiffany has been on my hit list for the longest time just because I don't like her personality. It's getting the best of her and on a few notches. And my perception of her has definitely changed since the season has started. Same with a lot of people. But nonetheless, Tiffany is the head of household for the week. So here are Tiffany's nominations before the veto competition. Mr. Kyland, my girl Sarah Beth. It pains me to see you up here again. It's been a minute. In fact, before I left for 2 weeks, Sarah Beth was on the block as well. So, and Xavier, hold on, we got 3 nominees this week. So let's dive in to see why Xavier is sitting on the block. Xavier had veto punishments last week. So, in order to win last week's veto, which, by the way, Xavier did win the power of veto, the one that sent Derek X to jury, he had to endure 3 punishments. First, he would lose all his Big Brother bucks. Then, he would have to spend 24 hours in solitary confinement. And then he had to become the 3rd nominee as soon as possible. So this would have been the week to do it because he wasn't head of household. All right, now let's get to the final part of the High Rollers Club. This is the last twist. It's called the Coin of Destiny. The house guest that wins, that's only going to be one person. The person who won the Coin of Destiny would have a chance to flip a coin to determine if he or she would overthrow the current head of household. Basically, a coin flip will determine if Tiffany remains head of household or not. And we get an invisible HOH. Claire won the Coin of Destiny, so Tiffany got to make a call for a coin flip. And Tiffany did the coin flip, and it ended up in Claire's favor. And so Claire became the secret head of household for the week. That's a first. We've never had a secret HOH on Big Brother. So this was the first week. Tiffany is no longer the head of household. Claire runs the shots. Claire chose to keep Tiffany's nominations the same. So our new head of household, ladies and gentlemen, is Claire. Good job, Claire. All right, so like I mentioned, the nominations stay the same. Claire seems to be on board to get Sarah Beth out of the house. It pains me I have to even say this, but we need to put it up. So obviously Sarah Beth feels she's in trouble. Kyland is trying to play the sketchy move to ensure that Sarah Beth is feeling okay, feeling comfortable being on the block, because he hands down knows that Sarah Beth is going home this week, and there's not a thing he can do about it. So it's going to be guns blazing for the power of veto. So who was the veto winner this week? Oh, Hannah finally wins a competition. Welcome to Big Brother, Hannah. It's about time. Yes, the one Sarah Beth's nemesis ends up sealing her eviction by winning the veto. And the veto is used in a smart way, and I'll tell you why. But first, let's see who she used the veto on. Xavier. That's right. So Hannah used the veto on Xavier because Xavier was put on the block by a twist, not by the head of household. So because of that, there will not be a renom. There will not be a replacement nominee in Xavier's spot. Therefore, the final nominees for the week are Kyland and Sarah Beth. Oh, such a pain. All right, we have the eviction results for last night's eviction. Let's see who voted for who. Tiffany voted for Kyland. What a shocker right there. But you know what? Tiffany did promise Sarah Beth her vote. She confirmed this as Sarah Beth was walking out the door. Derek F. voted for Sarah Beth. Alyssa voted for Sarah Beth. Azza voted for Sarah Beth. Hannah voted for Sarah Beth. That's enough votes to send her out the house. And Xavier. So, all right. Now I need to update this memory wall because it's been a few weeks since I did it. So, 1, 2, 3. No, I knew this was going to happen. Oh, it's the blue screen of death, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I knew this was going to happen. Okay. Well, let's improvise while you wait for this. This is crazy. Okay. So again, if you're just tuning in, I've been gone for 2 weeks. I say 2 weeks, so you could probably guess where I've been. Or if you don't know where I've been, hold tight because there's going to be a video coming soon that will explain where I've been, what I've been up to. So just be on the lookout for that. And if you're not subscribed already, you want to see more of these shenanigans, hit the like and subscribe button and contact me via email, nickmorales2012@gmail.com. And you can hit my Snapchat as well. My Snapchat is nickmorales96. I post eviction predictions there every Thursday before the live eviction hits on the East Coast. So feel free to contact me from there. I'll give you a quick update because I do have some news coming up at the end of our Big Brother show. I believe so. We're looking at finale night. We're looking at the finale either the 22nd or the 29th of this month. There's only a few weeks left. There's 8 house guests remaining now, and we can't get rid of that many people that quick. We have to get rid of 5 more people. So there are believe it or not, some double evictions on the way. And double eviction nights are going to get intense, let me tell you. Especially last year when we had our triple eviction on Big Brother All-Stars, I was so livid. I was so ready to go. Like, it was 2 hours of madness. I tell you, double eviction night in the Big Brother house is not like nothing else. It's full of madness. And there's only so little time for gameplay, strategizing before we have to go back to commercial and get the ball rolling. So I will have more details about the possible upcoming double evictions later on in the show. Also, you feel free to start. Now would be the time to start predicting who could be final two. Now that the picture is starting to get clearer and clearer. Um, as I've already mentioned, one of my final two picks is already gone. But there's still one more. I still have a final two pick in the house, and I think he's sitting pretty right now, Mr. Xavier. So Xavier is my other final two pick, and he's actually sitting pretty well right now. So we'll keep an eye on for that. Now I'm finally ready to get set up. Now I hope this doesn't crash again because I don't have that much time in the world. So yeah. See, ad-libbing, improvising. It's a tough talent. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, so we're gonna start it right here. So I've already darkened Brittany's picture, but I'm gonna use the keyboard this time. And there goes Derek X, and one more time. Yeah, my girl Sarah B. Her picture is now black and white. Ladies and gentlemen, half of the memory wall is now in black and white, and we have 8 gray pictures and 8 people still left in the house. So now it's time to start picturing your final 2 out of the remaining 8. So we're about to see a lot more graying up soon. So, all right, by a vote of 5-1, Sarah Beth has been evicted from the Big Brother house, and it just kills me that I had to even say that, but I had to prepare myself in case something like this happened. So, I didn't post a picture of the poll results, but I do have proof, or I did have proof. Anyway, here are the statistics from the poll this week. 96% of the people said no. 96% of the people said Sarah Beth would be the one going home, and 4% said Kyland. And I am finding the proof for you. Don't worry. Okay. I found it. I passed it. Okay. So you can kind of see overwhelming majority chose Sarah Beth. 295 votes for Sarah Beth and 11 votes for Kyland. So those were the poll results. All right, we got another person to add to the Big Brother jury wall. My girl Sarah Beth is now juror number 3. We have 6 more spots to fill, and those will be filled pretty soon. But all right, let's check in with our alliance. We've still got the cookout. No, everybody is still in the house. We're down to the final 8, and 6 of those people are right here, ladies and gentlemen. The cookout is steamrolling with only 2 more evictions to go before the cookout has the whole house to themselves. Can they do it? Do you think the cookout has what it takes, or will there be an obstacle left to face? We'll have to wait and see. All right, now let's get to the highlights for this week. My girl, I miss you already, Sarah Beth. I'm sorry this had to happen to you, but honestly, she wrote her own eviction when she sent Derek X out of the house. So now she knows she's primary target number 1. So, and sure enough, Tiffany was going to make sure that would happen as she became the first head of household of the week, and had put her up next to Kyland, her dynamic duo for the season. And Kyland was on board. See, Kyland has become so sketchy. He has become such a cocky, arrogant, whatever. I used to like Kyland, and now I just can't stand him, to be honest, because he screwed over his best friend. And I don't know. His cockiness. Look at his face. Which, by the way, people have been saying on Twitter that he is a full-blown Karen. Look up hashtag Kai complains, and you'll see what I'm talking about. That's KY complains, COMPLAINS. Apparently, he complained about a McDonald's order. You guys can go look that up. But yeah, it was just ridiculous. So Kylan, you lost me, man. So, obviously Claire got the coin of destiny and chose to do the coin flip, and it ended in her favor. So she became the secret HOH for the week. She was not eligible to play in the veto unless she got picked. So since there were 3 nominees this week, everyone got to pick their own. Claire ended up getting picked for the veto anyway, so that works for her. And Claire is actually able to play in the next HOH competition, but she has to throw it because she was already head of household. So, that's bad news for her because she is one of the remaining 2 casualties for the cookout. Her and Alyssa. We'll talk more about that later on. But yeah, it's pretty bad that Claire has to sit out because now the cookout has the numbers for the head of household competition. Anyway, we see Hannah win the power of veto this week. So, and that's bad news for Sarah Beth because these 2 have been at odds, especially with Tiffany. So Hannah's got Tiffany's back, so she's going to get Sarah Beth locked in her place. And that's about all the highlights for the week. By the way, as far as the cookout, well, actually, let's talk about the other stuff first. Alert. Yes, that's right. If you missed it, we have a double eviction on Thursday. All right, so let me explain how the double evictions work. This one's going to be a 1-hour episode, but so much is going to go down in 60 minutes. And let me tell you. Okay, so about first 10 minutes of the show, we're going to send the first house guest to jury. And then we go right into head of household competition. Then we have live nomination ceremony. Then we have the live power of veto competition, and then the veto meeting. And then at the end of the hour, we send another house guest to jury. And all that stuff that I just said, it's fast paced. They only have 60 minutes to do it. So strap yourself in for a big episode Thursday. And because of that, I'm going to do a live stream next Thursday night. That's right, next Thursday night. After the double eviction show on the West Coast, we are going live and we're going to vent. We're going to talk. I've got to break it all down. It's going to be a supersized show. So the final 6 will be named after this double eviction. Oh, we have another alert. Thursday, September 16th is supposed to be a 2-hour episode, I believe. I don't know if that's for sure yet, but we'll find out. Let's see. Another double eviction. That's right. We have 2 weeks of double eviction, and the house guests have no idea that it's coming to them. So next week, we name our final 6. But then we have to get ready for another double eviction, and we're going to name the final 4. So in 13 days, we're going to have our final 4 named. With only 8 people left, this gameplay is going to get crazy very quick. Now, if the cookout has done their duties and gotten out Claire and Alyssa, yeah, let me put these on too, because these 2 are very, very vulnerable right now. These are the remaining 2 casualties, soon to be casualties of the cookout, unless one of them can get into power this week. But one person getting into power could ultimately lead to the other person's eviction. Unless they get HOH and veto on their side, one of them is getting sent home this week. So, if the cookout does their duty and get both of these 2 out on double eviction night, then the final 6 will finally go to war starting next Thursday night. We're going to see all the gameplay and all the strategizing. I think next week would be a great week to start watching the live feeds, even if you want to borrow somebody's Paramount Plus account or just start the week trial, because the feeds it's almost over anyway. So if the cookout does their duties, then starting next Thursday, all the strategizing is going to get crazy because the final 6, the cookout will be left in the house, and then it's time to turn against one of each other, against each other. And right now, Mr. Kylan is sitting at the bottom of the totem pole. So Kylan's going to have to up his competition wins if he wants to survive, because right now the cookout is looking at Kylan to get him out first. So, but focusing on this week, one of these 2 has to win the power this week, or else one of them is getting sent home this week. And Claire, you can't play in the HOH. You're already out. So you better hope Beto is on your side this week. And Alyssa, it's you against the cookout, man. Good luck in the HOH competition. So, again, Thursday, September 16th, we have the second double eviction. So, this coming Thursday, the 9th, and the following Thursday, double eviction nights. Both nights, I will be going live after the live episode to give you my take, because we're going to have so much to talk about. It's going to be an intense episode. So, all right. So that's it. I'm happy to be back on my platform. I don't plan on going anywhere else. It's been a crazy couple weeks, and you'll find out why in my upcoming video I will be posting soon. Again, next Thursday night will be our next recap show. We're going to look around 9 p.m., 10 p.m. Pacific time. I'm going to break down the whole double eviction episode. It's going to be great. Plus, my good buddy Zingbot is going to be on Wednesday night's episode of Big Brother. If you don't know who Zingbot is, he is full of zing. He goes and roasts the house guests on how they are being perceived on our TVs. Now, if you want to go ahead and go right now on YouTube to type in Big Brother Zingbot. Actually, I do have a Zingbot video in my channel. I think it's called the 20 Greatest Zings of Big Brother. Check that video out and get to know Zingbot before we see him on Wednesday's episode. He's a blast, let me tell you. Or you could type in Big Brother Zingbot and just start watching videos there. Remember, you can email me, nickmorales2012@gmail.com. Sign up for my Snapchat, nickmorales96, so you can see my eviction predictions. And here we go, September. It's endgame time. It's time. It's crunch time. These house sets, the drama is going to get crazy, especially with double eviction looming. So I can't wait. I cannot wait for this double eviction. Let's get it out of the way. Good luck to you, Alyssa, because you're going to go against the cookout on the HOH. So I think this is going to be a really great week. So I'm going to have a really good episode, a good week to recap next week. So thank you guys for waiting. I'm not going anywhere. We're going to keep this going. Thank you for following on the Big Brother Recap Show, and I will see you next Thursday night for the Double Eviction Recap Show. All right. See you guys.